Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the post-match press conference with Team Wales. Very happy to introduce on my far left head coach Warren Gatland, and captain to my left, Alan Wynne-Jones. Again, please wait for the microphone and introduce who you are and who you're working for. So, questions from the floor, please. The front, please.
Warren, given the importance of this game, is that up there with one of the best wins you've had in your career? And just what's your general reaction to the match, please?
It was a really tough match. I thought we played pretty well in the first half, and spoke at half time about making sure we came out and continued to play. But Australia, I thought, were really good in the second half, put us in a lot of pressure, had a lot of ball, and it was what's become a typical Wales-Australia clash, going down right to the wire. But I thought our players showed some great composure. I thought the bench gave us some real impact as well. To win that, very, very pleasing, and it means the pool's in our own sort of destiny.
Thank you. Next question. Front, please.
Sam. This is Sam from the Rugby News Service. Warren and also Alan Wynne. It was noticeable you played the game almost like a knockout match with the drop kicks early on. Was that part of a tactic to play in that mindset already early in the tournament?
In fairness, I think it was in credit to Biggs. We got out there to play. When you have such an early opportunity, you want to capitalise on taking that. I think it was the first minute or two. So in fairness to Biggs, we wanted to put the pressure on any way we could from the start, and he took the opportunity.
Yeah. It was just about winning, really. That's how important it was. So it wasn't about knockout stages. We just wanted to win the match and keep the scoreboard ticking over, and that was a pleasing thing. The way the game is now, and defensively, sort of from about 15-20 metres out, it's pretty hard to break teams down. It's a lot easier from about 4 or 5 metres out. So, and he just took that opportunity, like I said, to take 3 points and to kick and keep the scoreboard ticking over, as Rhys Petrel did as well when he had the chance.
Thank you. Good like that. Just a second. Go ahead, please.
Alistair Emmer from AFP. A lot has been spoken about Hooper and Pocock in the run-up to the game. Just wonder if you could talk a little bit about your back row tonight.
In credit to them, I think Gats is pretty consistent with you. If you do well, you get an opportunity. They had another opportunity tonight. I think there's a nice blend there, and there's a couple of guys that created the edge in training in the week with frustration and on-selection. That's what you need leading up to a game. We know how dangerous they are as poachers, and I think that was the point in the first half, with urgency to stop separation at breakdown and try and keep out the game, particularly in the first half. I think they probably got a few more in the second half and slowed us down, but credit to our back row for doing the job there.
Thank you. The front, please.
Warren, in your long career with Wales, you've had a lot of days where you've seen out tough matches like that. What does that say about the character of your Welsh team and the squads you've had over that time?
I just think this team as a squad have grown up in terms of their game management. That's improved significantly, and it was good in the autumn last year, and particularly the Six Nations. And I think we'd learned a lot from those experiences with our sort of, like I said, management, the guys coming off the bench giving us impact, and showing some real character under a lot of pressure in that second half. There were a couple of key turnovers that we got towards the end of the game. So yeah, it was pleasing. So and for us, it was a challenge, because we had the 6-day turnaround. It was Georgia wasn't an easy encounter, and to pick the same team, the same starting lineup with 6-day turnaround is a real challenge for us. So I thought, even though we're under a lot of pressure in that second half, I thought our composure and our fitness levels were really good, and we soaked up a lot of pressure.
Thank you. At the back, please.
Warren, Australia came back strongly in the second half, as you've mentioned, a lot of momentum. As a coach, how do you strategise about when to release the bench? Because you seem to wait an extraordinarily long period of time before you brought them on. What's your thinking around that?
Yeah? Yeah.
Yes, please.
I think it's just you're looking at some of the players in terms of their body language, when they're starting to hurt a bit. They've given so much physically. Some players we want to change quite early, particularly the front rowers, making that change reasonably early. And for other players, you spend a little bit more time making that decision because of their experience and stuff. A couple forced on us, and so you're just trying to get a feel for when is the right time to bring fresh legs on and for players to come on and have an impact. And I said I was really pleased with that today. And but there's no magic formula. It's a little bit of luck sometimes as well.
Thank you. Gentleman was there waiting, second row, please. Thank you.
Warren, first of all, how is Dan Biggar? And at the end of the first half, he was stood at the mouth of the tunnel, slapping the backs of all the players, and pulled Rhys Patchell aside in particular and gave him a few words. What do you think that says about him after the disappointment of having to come off?
Yeah, I mean, he failed an HIA, so he'll have to go through the protocols. Had a chat to him. He's said he's feeling good, but we've got to make sure that we do go through those protocols over the next week. And yeah, he was disappointed that he came off, but I thought he was brilliant the way that it was encouraging Rhys, and it was important for him as well. And I thought Rhys Patchell came on and did a fantastic job for us. So I thought he's been criticised a lot about his defence in the past. We changed a few things in the way that he defended, and I thought his line speed was excellent. He made some big tackles for us and controlled the game pretty well. There's a couple of things we want him to continue to work on in terms of bossing it out there a little bit more, but it was a big match for him to come on that early and to get a win, and I think he'll get a lot of confidence from that.
Thank you. At the front, please. And we'll go to you.
Warren, just on the theme of injuries, Liam Williams seemed to be hobbling quite badly at the end. How is he? And again, what does it say about his character when he was still part of the defensive line, looking like he was playing with one leg?
Liam sort of rolled his ankle, but he should be okay. He's just going to probably need a bit of time. Look, there's some sore bodies there. A lot of players said with that short turnaround, it was one of the toughest test matches they've played in a long, long time. So we'll need to make sure that we recover. I think we've got 9 or 10 days before our next match, and so we'll use that the best way we possibly can to freshen up the guys and to make sure that we take a little bit of time. So it's nice getting a decent break before our next match against Fiji.
Thank you. Gentleman at the back, please.
For Ali, being the leader inside the field, what's the mindset before a game like that?
What was the question?
Could you repeat the question, please?
Being the leader inside the pitch, what's the mindset before a match like that?
I think I heard a quote in the week, and I think, I'm not sure which side it came from, that these encounters usually bring out the best in both teams. And having been involved in a 3-test tour in the past, where we've lost with the 3 tests in single figures, I think it is, something like that, or we've had such close games, they invariably have brought out the best. So we were prepared for a long time and knowing a lot about each other. But we talk about the back row and the substitutions. We've got a squad that, I'd be pretty comfortable in the fact of that anyone in the 31, not the 23, would be ready to fill the void. And that was the main thing. And it was echoed by the players in the performance they had today.
Thank you. Gentleman there, please.
I'm Matsu, Japan Shueisha. My question is to head coach, please. This is not about this match, but what do you think about Japan's win against Ireland last night?
I think the Japanese win against Ireland is brilliant for the World Cup. It's fantastic for rugby going forward. I think it'd be good for the World Cup if they were able to qualify. And for the quarterfinals, I think that would be great. Yeah, I mean, there's been a couple of upsets with Uruguay beating Fiji as well, and that was classed as an upset by a lot of people. Maybe not by Jamie Joseph and the team, but yeah, it's you don't want to be involved in an upset yourself, so but I thought it was good for the tournament and great for Japan as a country, and hopefully for Japanese rugby going forward as well.
Thank you. 2 questions at the front, please. Here and then there.
Thank you. Warren, you mentioned that you'd spoken to Reece Batchel about his defending and changing that, and then there was an incident where it was referred to the TMO and it was cleared. Were you sweating on that at all? And also hearing that Piers Francis has been cleared of a ban as well. What's your comment on the way that everything's being officiated in this World Cup? And were you worried at all with Reece's tackle there?
I don't know which tackle you're talking about. Reece's tackle, that was.
When there was a forearm to the throat, then there was also.
Yeah, that was.
Argued the other way, so there's a lot of talk between the referee and the straight man.
Oh, okay. I thought it was investigated by the TMO and the referee for leading with the forearm and catching him. So, yeah. Look, I don't. There's been a lot of criticism of the referees, and I don't want to get involved in being a part of that. They've got a tough job out there. They've got things they've got to follow. And I think it's important that the judiciary take care of those things and the decisions are made, and we've just got to abide by them. I didn't see the Piers Francis situation. I did see the Hodge one where I made a comment where in real time it looked okay, and then when you slow it down, and as everything, when you slow it down in slow motion, it does seem to be a lot worse, and that's definitely the way that it appeared to me, but I haven't seen the Francis incident.
Thank you. Another one at the front, please, and then we'll go to the back.
Alan Wynne, did you expect to celebrate the win and your record-breaking cap with a kiss from George North? And I just wondered how much momentum you're going to take from this.
I think his wife's safe, put it that way. But no, I think we're obviously excited at the end, and you share those moments with players. Not always like that, but it is what it is. I'm sure there'll be some memes made out of it. But yeah, I think it's just 2 games in for us. We got another 2 games, and the results that have gone made those teams very dangerous, even more so. So we've got a bit of a longer prep for the next one, and it's just nice that we get to enjoy each other's company in the build-up to another international, which will be hopefully another special moment as a squad.
Thank you. Gentleman here, please.
Well, just further on from Alan Wynne's point there, where does this win, do you think, leave you in this tournament? Where does this win leave you in this tournament, do you think, going forward?
It leaves us in top of our group.
How will you celebrate it? How will you mark?
We've got a turnaround. We've said to the boys, I'd like to see them celebrate tonight, and they deserve to celebrate. It was a tough game and a great win, and the man next to me's become the record cap holder for Test matches for Wales, and we need to recognise that, and it's special but he's said it's a game, and we've only won 2 games in our group at the moment, and we've got to make sure that we do a job for the other games as well. So I want the guys to look after themselves tonight, but they deserve to pat each other on the back and say well done on a tough game and a victory confidence boosting for hopefully the next couple of games, and we think they're going to be tough, and Fiji will be hurting as well, and we saw how well they played against Australia in that first half in that first game. So we can't take anyone lightly in this group, and it's important for us that we make sure that we prepare the best way that we possibly can, and that we don't sort of take any team for granted or any performance for granted, and we are as clinical as we possibly can, because that's what good teams do. They make sure that they are clinical and they are accurate, and if we're to be considered a good team, we've got to play well in these next 2 matches.
Okay, thank you very much for your time this evening. Members of the media, the mixed zone will be opening in the next few minutes. Thank you very much.